In this video, we're going to talk about top 10 best post-apocalyptic series in 2024. If you didn't subscribe our channel yet don't subscribe and don't like our video, we're afraid up to say subscribe and subscribe and subscribe our channel. Our number 10 countdown is Black Knight. This is this South Korean dystopian action series set in 2071. The world's totally wrecked by air pollution, and only about 1% of the population is still alive. In this messed up future, there's this elite group of delivery drivers called the Black Knights, and they're pretty much the last hope for survival. They risk their lives every day, braving the toxic air just to deliver vital supplies to the few people left. The story follows 5 to 8. A young Black Knight who's got a personal vendetta against the Creamerie group, this evil corporation that controls all the world's resources. Along the way, he meets Saul, a mysterious woman who holds some secrets about his past. Together, they have to take down the Creamerie group and fight for a better future, not just for themselves, but for the rest of humanity too. It's full of action, drama, and a lot of intense moments. Our number 9 countdown is The Stand.
The world is now a blank page, and it is there.
This is a 9-episode miniseries that reimagines Stephen King's classic post-apocalyptic novel. It picks up after a devastating pandemic wipes out most of humanity, leaving only a few survivors. These survivors are then drawn to two powerful figures, the good-hearted Mother Abagail and the sinister Randall Flagg. The series really dives into the psychological and societal effects of the apocalypse, exploring themes like faith, hope, and the ultimate battle between good and evil. It features a star-studded cast with Whoopi Goldberg as Mother Abagail, Alexander Skarsgård as Randall Flagg, and James Marsden as Stu Redman. It's a gripping look at how people struggle to rebuild in the wake of such a catastrophic event and the forces that try to lead them in different directions. Our number 8 countdown is Why, The Last Man. This is based on this graphic novel by Brian K. Vaughan and Pia Guerra. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world where this mysterious event happens, and suddenly, every mammal with a Y chromosome drops dead. Except for one guy, Ulrich Brown, played by Ben Schnetzer, and his pet monkey Ampersand. The show follows Ulrich as he tries to make his way through this new world, where women are now the ones left to rebuild society. Meanwhile, the survivors are all struggling with their losses and trying to figure out how to restore some kind of order. The crazy part is that Ulrich's mom, Jennifer Brown, played by Diane Lane, ends up becoming the new U.S. president. It's a wild ride through a world that's completely flipped upside down, and you get to see how all these power dynamics shift as the survivors try to pick up the pieces. Our number 7 countdown is Helgoland 513. This is a German dystopian drama set in 2039, 10 years after a global pandemic has wiped out most of humanity. The story takes place on the island of Helgoland, which has become a refuge for just 513 survivors. The island is ruled by a totalitarian regime that enforces strict population control to ensure the community's survival. The rules are harsh. The population is capped at 513 people, and every individual's worth is judged by their usefulness to the island. When a baby is born, a life must be sacrificed to maintain the limit. The series explores the moral and ethical dilemmas faced by the survivors as they navigate this brutal system, grappling with the value of life and the price of survival in a post-pandemic world. Our number 6 countdown is 3%.
Nosso trabalho é uma questão de vida ou morte.
This is a Brazilian dystopian sci-fi series that takes a deep dive into social inequality and the human drive for a better life. Set in a future where the world is split into two starkly different societies, the inland, a polluted and impoverished area, and the offshore, a high-tech, almost perfect utopia. The story follows a brutal yearly tradition. Each year, young adults from the inland go through something called the process, a tough, multi-stage test, where only 3% of them are selected to move to the offshore. The series focuses on different characters as they struggle through the physical and mental challenges of the process, all while facing tough ethical questions about the system and the personal sacrifices it demands. It's a gripping story about survival, ambition, and the cost of achieving a better life. Our number 5 countdown is Tribes of Europa. This is a German sci-fi series set in a post-apocalyptic Europe where a mysterious global disaster has torn the continent apart, leaving it divided into warring tribal microstates. The story follows 3 siblings, Keanu, Liv, and Elja, who come from the peaceful origin tribe. But their lives get turned upside down when they're separated, each forced to find their own way in this chaotic world. As they navigate the dangerous, ravaged landscape, they get caught up in the conflicts between different tribes. They encounter groups like the Crows, a brutal, militaristic tribe, and the Atlanteans, a highly advanced society with cutting-edge technology. The series is all about survival, loyalty, and the struggle to find a place in a fractured world. Our number 4 countdown is The Society.
Cannibal class, killing the sun.
This is this American mystery teen drama that aired on Netflix in 2019. It's about a group of teenagers who suddenly find themselves stuck in what looks like a perfect replica of their rich Connecticut town. But here's the catch. There are no adults anywhere. No parents, no teachers, nothing. As they try to figure out what happened and how to get back home, they're forced to build their own society from scratch. And of course, without any authority figures around, things start to get complicated. The show dives deep into how these teens handle power, relationships, and the challenges that come up when they have to govern themselves. It's all about survival, but also about the darker side of human nature when there's no one to keep things in check. Our number 3 countdown is The Creamerie.
Back. Not now. Not ever.
This is this dark comedy from New Zealand that dropped in 2021. It's set in this crazy world where a virus has wiped out almost all the men, and now women are left to rebuild society. The show follows 3 friends, Alex, Pip, and Jamie, who run a dairy farm. They're basically under the watch of Wellness, this local governing body that keeps everything in check. But things take a huge turn when they accidentally hit the last surviving man, Bobby. Now, these women have to figure out what to do with Bobby, and at the same time, they're dealing with their own friendship issues and what it means to live in a world where women hold all the power. It's got a lot of humor, but it also digs into some serious stuff, like gender roles, power struggles, and how people find their identity when everything around them is upside down. It's definitely one of those shows that makes you laugh and think at the same time. Our number 2 countdown is Into the Night.
Il faut qu'on se fasse confiance.
Tu te mensonges, ok? Combien de temps ça va durer, tu crois encore?
This is a Belgian sci-fi thriller series that kicks off with a high-stakes, life-or-death situation. The story starts when a mysterious solar event causes the sun to start killing everything in its path. As the world faces imminent destruction, a group of survivors is forced to flee on a hijacked plane. The catch is, they can't fly toward the daylight. If they do, they'll die from the sun's deadly rays. So, they must stay in the dark, constantly racing against time and the sun's deadly advance. The series focuses on this group of survivors as they struggle with fear, trust issues, and trying to stay alive. As tensions rise, they discover secrets about each other and the world around them, and the threat of the sun is just the beginning of their problems. It's a tense, fast-paced thriller with a mix of survival, mystery, and a bit of psychological drama thrown in as the survivors face the harsh new reality of their world. Our number 1 countdown is Silo.
This is a threat to order in the silo.
I don't care about order. What about finding out the truth?
This is a gripping sci-fi drama series based on Hugh Howey's best-selling Wool novels. Set in a dystopian future, the series takes place in a massive underground silo where the last remnants of humanity live. The outside world is uninhabitable, with a toxic atmosphere, so the silo's inhabitants are stuck within its walls, following strict rules designed to maintain order and survival. The story follows Juliet, a mechanic who works in the silo's lower levels. When she's unexpectedly thrust into a position of power, she begins uncovering dark secrets about the silo's past and the true nature of the world outside. As Juliet delves deeper into the mystery, she must navigate a web of conspiracies, power struggles, and dangerous truths, all while questioning everything she's been told about her society. With its tense atmosphere, complex characters, and a deep exploration of survival, control, and secrets, Silo keeps you hooked as it unravels a story of rebellion and discovery in a confined, high-stakes world.